There's something secret, so I can see your heart, and I can never come soon enough for me. I watch the skies all day. I is where I find you and me sometimes. Days are filled with me. That's why I truly give you what you need, because you love me for me. The runs all through you, I can't help myself. You found my weakest spot, the better woman to breathe and sleep next to. That's why I'll always be with you. Yes, I'm running like a clown, but I'm never down. As long as you're around, there will never be a color for me. That's why you're shining beneath me. Oh, you'll never have to beg. We will come to bed. I'll walk you there each night if you want me to, baby. That's what I will do. That's why I'll always be with you. Oh, 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 yeah. Whoa, yeah. Oh, yeah. I wanna sing it one more time. You'll never have to beg me to pray. I'll walk you there each night if you want me to, baby. That's what I will do. That's why I'll always be with you. Oh man, I wouldn't put let that whole thing play like that. But welcome back to another episode of Heezy's World. I am your host, Heezy. Hi guys, how are you guys doing? Everybody all right? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Always and forever. It's very appreciated. And I'm good. Welcome back to another episode of Heezy's World. I know I just keep changing my setup all the time. I know, but we just try and get it right up here in the Heezy verse. But I'm good. I hope you guys are good out there. Happy October 26th. And I would like to give a special shout out to somebody's special birthday today who couldn't be here because, I gave him the day off. You know what I'm saying? I don't pay him right, so I can at least give him a day off, so I ain't got to keep paying him. But my man, the Goosh, man, he turned some age today. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want me to mention, but happy birthday to him. You guys, you got to check out the podcast. He's on most of my episodes. He's really held it down as a brother, looking out for his brother on his podcast. Great support by him. And just to shout him out, somebody I didn't know for a long, long time. I mean, maybe we're at 10 years now. I can't really recall. I think I've known him since I was 21. So more than 10 years. And yeah, it's like almost like he's one person that he makes me feel like we can still get down like kids. Like we used to do as kids. And even though I didn't know him as a kid, like I only knew him as a grown adult, I'm becoming an adult. you know, just we always just meshed in that way, and it's very special. And I just want to say happy birthday to that guy. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? That's what great friends are, you know. And I mean, I just hold him in high esteem because he lets me live how I want to live. Like we're not doing anything for each other. We just are who we are, and it really gets nostalgic sometimes, especially with the video games and, you know, mostly the video games and other things that we, you know, as men just fucking like to do. And really appreciate the guy. So just shout out to him. There's a roaring clap of applause and thunderous cheering for your birthday today. But yes, that is all I wanted to say. I don't really have much to say today. But I did just want to keep my podcast train going. You know, I can't keep taking off every week. And, you know, people want to hear from the greatest Sagittarius here. Happy Scorpio season, by the way. This is my fourth time I remember. You know, it's like my podcast is a Libra. Started on the 17th. But it always wanders right into Scorpio season. You know, it's honorable mention. You got John. We got my sister. We got Kia. You know. It's exciting times. Scorpios, though, I've had experience with Scorpios. I've dated Scorpios. And my experience with the Scorpios I've mentioned have been interesting. But no, I deeply love them. I love everyone. I feel like everybody is necessary. And I'm definitely going to speak on some other signs. But yeah, I mean, Sagittarius season is almost here, babies. You know, nothing really goes on. It gets a little cold, but you know, we're a little cold. Same out. But yeah, I've been good though. I'm in a great place right now as far as life has gone. I know last week, you know, I just came out of nowhere with all the nonsense that I've been through, and I don't think I'm out of the nonsense because I create nonsense, you know, but I just feel like I'm in control. Like, you know, you say control the things you can control, and I'm definitely have control of the things that I can. As far as the eye can see right now, I got a good hold on things. I will say that I'm a bit disappointed in a lot of relationships. You know, it's me. You know, I'm always trying to learn that grace. You know, I worry about my peoples. I hope they're all good. You know, the lack of Heezy means there must be a lack of happiness in your life, and if you cannot, you know, have, you know, if you have a lack of Heezy, I don't know how you guys can make it easy on your life. But anyway, maybe I make it hard for people. But anyway, it's whatever. Oh, I also want, you know, if you're new to the podcast, I also want to say this is the you know, podcast for the realest and the illest, the finest and the timeless. You motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Welcome on in. I've heard that my podcast is good to do, and I like this, since I was told by a great friend of mine that podcast keeps them active. I mean, you know, if you have the time, that's great. Having time is a sign of luxury and wealth. You have time to do bullshit. Like, listen to my podcast or whatever. Take time to do things that are a hobby to you. And if listening to my podcast is a hobby, it makes me feel fucking great. Ecstatic. And once again, thanks for all the support. My views always go up. Every episode is very nice to see. But what was I saying? Oh, do work while you listen to the podcast. Like, I was told that somebody organized, somebody, you know, and I'm an organized person. I love organization. I find peace in organizing things. There's nothing, you know, there's never, I'm one of those people, one of those assholes at work that is like, oh, there's never nothing to do. And I used to hate those people, but, you know, I've been at the company for more than a little bit, so I gotta start, you know, improving myself and making great habits to get the work done. But yeah, yeah, do work while you listen to the podcast. Don't just sit there and do nothing. I mean, I am big on rolling back my multitasking because I feel like I'm not really good at it. but I still engage in multitasking. You know, I like doing a lot of things at once. And you can take that in many ways. Single till I find my two. Hey, it's like, nah. Yes, I am by myself today, so I gotta make myself laugh. Hopefully I can make you guys laugh. I don't know. I don't really have a lot of jokes up my sleeve this week. I don't know. I gotta see what happens. I was a bit, I'm always nervous. I do my show live, guys, so I do get nervous. I am somehow shy. But I overcome that shit like whatever. But anyway, it's a reoccurring process every episode. And anyway, we're here. Let's fucking do it. But yeah, what's been going on in Heezy's world? So I will talk about Kanye. Kanye is back on the scene again. But I will push that to maybe the end of the episode. But that was, you know, it's been on. It's been a thing this week as far as my attention span is now. He's got my attention, but it's also the observance of others on the matter, on the subject. And once again, like, fucking old. We're 35. I'm not old, you know. Old people would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But, you know, we're getting up there. We got a lot more on our plate. Damn, that was scary. We got a lot more on our plate. And much more things to do. Much less care for anything else. And I want people to be okay with that shit. I just think people are a little bit more mean about it these days. About not having time for things. And it's okay. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's so hard about saying you love your kids or you love your job or you love your Xbox or whatever the fuck it may be. Just love, because I love my fucking Xbox, guys. I love Madden. I hate losing the game, but I love playing. It's like fucking intense. Oh, and I do have something about that. I'll talk about it in a second. But yeah, man, just own who you are. I don't know who I'm talking to right now or whoever's listening, but own who you are and just, you know, fucking love yourself. Fucking love that shit, and you know. And I think that's one of my problems with it. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I love myself too much. And I'm listening to Kanye. It's bittersweet because you're listening to. So I do relate with Kanye in ways, maybe in a lot more ways than I want to understand and want to believe. But it's good that you relate with a billionaire, and I think that's the only positive I can take away from this. Is that that man's a billionaire, and I resonate with the guy. But I mean, you know, we don't know these celebrities. But yeah. But yeah, fucking love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. I see, we'll say Soup up in there. Damn, I don't really have other things around me. Let me see. Well, fuck all that. I don't care. But what it do, Soup? I wanted his Soup to come on the show, talk about the Kanye, but I guess just like Kanye, they have an issue with articulating things, and I can totally understand that. But yeah. But that's why I'm on my lonesome, because he's the only one I asked to join the show today. And, you know, what the fuck. But yeah. So yeah, in the news. Well, is that all that I have going on with me? Life is great right now. You know what I'm saying? I always feel scared to say that because I feel like, oh, that motherfucker's life's too good right now. Why is he smiling that much? I need to go put a monkey wrench in it. I don't know who that person could be. I'm just worried that there is people who exist. And I've witnessed it. So, you know, just, you know, be easy on me. You got a life to live too. Shout out to the Commanders. I want to say that. That's why I was happy to see Soup here. Beat the shit out the Packers. You know, it was very unsuspecting. I got to watch it with my guy Soup. That was fun. I did not expect us to pull that off, but I mean, the NFL has been very weird this year, and I love it. I love how even and any given this season has been, and it's very awesome. But yeah, my best friend's team lost to mine, and I haven't watched the game with, and he's like the first person I watched the game with other than maybe the first game. And oh man, I gotta tell you, I watched this game with this crazy lady when he was playing the Tennessee Titans. It was weird, man. Like she was, man. It's like, damn, why she had to be a Commander fan, and she didn't like to call them the Commanders. And I'm getting tired of these old ass Redskins fans. Like, yo, it's kind of like annoying that you don't want to change with the times, but I get it. I get it. Stick with what you want to stick with, but it's like you're setting me back. I'm forgetting who the Redskins are. But no, I'm joking. You know, I'm a Redskins fan, Commanders, Washington football fan, true and true. I'm not a crybaby though. You know, I have no goings ons in the sayings of what happens with the team, but I do understand the fan hood, because there's people who can call in and kind of get a word into the coaches and shit like that. So I kind of get it. I kind of get where people become so hard fans, but I really feel like it's just a lack of other things to do in life. I mean, that's just me being judgmental. And I also want to point out, guys, I'm a Sagittarius. If you guys look it up in the horoscope guidebook, we're the judges. We're like the people who are allowed to be judges. Okay? Don't blame me. And I know there's a lot of serial killers that are Sagittarius, but they're second behind the Geminis, okay? Worry about the fucking Geminis first. It's like, nah. But yeah, shout out to the Commanders, shout out to football. Dan Snyder, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. Understand how you can say you got all this dirt on people, or I don't know. I don't know how somebody can still exist. Well, my team's just gangster. That's all I can say. I just hope that somehow we make it to the Super Bowl amidst all this continuous drama surrounding the Commanders football team. But, you know, hey, they're in no control of that. If you ask Kanye, the Jews control everything, okay? And, I mean, I want to jump into that, but let me not jump into that just yet. But I think that's all I wanted to really say about what's going on with Heezy. Life is good. I have no complaints. I am worried about a few people around me as far as their life. And I hope everything works out. You know, some people are really taking on great habits, you know, great responsibilities in this life, things that I would never fucking do. And I just want you to pat yourself on the fucking back. You need to realize, you know, it's more than one of you out there. You know, it's all of you that are doing responsible things. You know, people with children, first and foremost. I really, you know, I'm thankful for my parents, even though, you know, don't all of our parents get on our nerves, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm very thankful. I like to look at myself. I like for them. I just wonder how it is to be a parent. It's like, do you look at your child and be like, I don't even know what I was about to say, but I just feel like I'm awesome, and I feel like my parents should be happy to have a son like me. But yes, that's just how I feel, and I'm going to move on from that. So yeah, shout out to me for my parents. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, okay. I think I said this last week, but you know, part of me feeling good is treating myself better. You know, I don't think I've said this, but I mean, as far as I'm still not working out like I want and eating like I want because it costs money. You know, we gotta see about that. But what was I about to say? Shit. Oh, treating myself better. Like I don't know about y'all, but I cuss myself out. I cuss people out too, but I'm getting better at cussing people out. And I also want to shout out the women. Somebody's pointed out that I am surrounded by a lot of women, and I am surrounded by a lot of women in like all the phases of my life. And you know, this is kind of what I wanted, but not really. You know, I kind of want certain women to be doing certain things for me. But I am surrounded by a lot of women, and it makes my it's like I'm good at woman speak, and I am aware of checking my emotions a little bit more than I want to. And I don't know. It's like you got to be thankful for certain things you're put through, even though it's fucking annoying. And, shout out to you women out there who, like I always shout y'all out all the time. And, I just love women. But anyway, shout out to women. You help us out in some ways because some of us fixated ourselves around you. But, yes, I've stopped. What I was trying to say is that I've stopped, cussing myself out, for example, in Madden, you're not stupid, Heezy. You just, that guy's good. Okay. And you are in a position to be playing better people because you're better and you're going to be better once you finish getting your ass beat by this person that's, better than you at this second or just got the jump on you. But, it's just, you got to talk to yourself good. Just like I'm talking to other people better, like for real, it's like, fuck y'all for real. Whoever's dissing, whoever's against me you have no reason to be. Cause I just feel like I get under the skin of people who try to fuck with me or just feel like I'm wrong and they're right. And, you try to bring that wrong shit over here. And I'm just like, it's right. Right is speaking to you. But no, treat yourself better, guys. That's all I'm saying. Treat yourself better. Eat better, I'm stressed about that. That's been taught to me. It's very important. It helps you think better, helps you feel better. I'm not a fashion guy, but, wear things that make you feel good. Like, I like to be a ninja. I have no care about being a ninja. Guns will always be better than swords. But even though I think guns are for bitches, you know what I'm saying? So either way, weapons are for bitches. And, I just like being the ninja karate type. Like Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan is able to move. You got to wear sweats and shirts. You got to wear things that are fitted and comfortable. You understand? That's what I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but I just want you to understand. Just my level of comfortability. I'm learning, you should never get too comfortable too. So much, so much of that shit. I still got this note from last week about how, I'm an adult and some of you guys are bitches and babies. And, I just felt like mentioning that because I just like the challenge. I just like the challenge of annoying people. Because, I'm seeing people getting stressed out about news or things that shouldn't matter that much. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I'm able to live in a space where I can care less about shit that's important. I'm able to just go. I can really spend my days playing Xbox if I really chose to. And I feel like that's a very big luxury. You understand? Now, I'm sure I can support it better with more money in the bank, asserting myself in other ways to make more money and to be successful. But, hey, I'm still able to do it. But no, yeah. But no, and once again, bitches and babies, it's a unisexual thing. It's about you ladies and you gentlemen out there that are making my life hard because, I don't know. You're upset with me because you don't want to talk to me. People don't want to have conversations anymore. We just want to make assumptions about people. And and maybe you have a great deduction of who I am, but it's more like, what the fuck? What are you doing to fix it? Essentially, it's whatever. Because, if people serve no purpose for you, find something else to purpose yourself. But yeah, I feel like I'm ranting about nothing, but we're going to move on here. So, yeah. All right, what I was really, when I was mentioning Madden, new study shows that children who play video games 3 hours or more outperform children who don't in cognitive skills tests. All right, shout out to video games. Okay, I've been saying this. I always felt like, I may be wasting my time. Only thing I feel bad about video games is sitting down too long. So that's why I stretch while I play video games. I sit on the medicine ball, which, people be acting like it don't do nothing for me, but it helps, It helps you stay flexible. I do things. I bend over and down and over and around. Yeah. New study shows that children who reported playing video games for 3 hours or more each day outperformed those who never played them on memory and impulse control tests. The study was backed by Nora Volkow of the National Institute of Drug Abuse, who said this study adds to our growing understanding of the associations between playing video games and brain development. Numerous studies have linked gaming to behavioral and mental health problems. This study suggests that cognitive benefits may also be associated with this popular pastime, which are worthy of further investigation. Video games have been shown to improve cognitive function, according to researchers. However, other studies have also connected excessive gaming to behavioral and mental health issues. I feel like I just said that, supporting the findings of earlier, more constrained studies that have made the same conclusion. Researchers from Vermont University studied approximately 2,000 children's brain imaging data starting between the ages of 9 and 10. Children who said they did not play video games at all were separated from children who said they played video games for at least 3 hours daily. And boom, that's what they came up with. So, I mean, I don't know. You always got to be wary of news. Always look at it in two ways. Always look at it in two ways. You gotta, more and more, I feel like, especially the older people get, I feel like we're always looking out for number one. Who's number one? Us. You. You are the person. Number one is who's the main character of the story? You are. Everybody's the main character of the story. So we're always looking out. We're always trying to support the main fucking character. Some of us are supporting other characters. I don't know why. But you guys, everybody gets their fucking time to shine. So just be your main character. Let people shine. You'll get your time. But, yeah. I keep forgetting what I'm about to say. But yeah, always be wary of the news. They might just be influenced and sit our ass on the fucking couch and play video games. Misconstrue the news and, devalue ourselves. But I've always thought it and always think, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why I'm sharp. One of my Soup, I mean, not to throw you under the bus again, man. He loves that game Grand Theft Auto, and a lot of people do still play Grand Theft Auto. I don't find interest in playing Grand Theft Auto if I'm not playing with my friends. So I mean, and the game seems a bit mundane, but I still enjoy it. Like I haven't been able to pick it up. Like it takes too much to. I don't know. I just like Madden better right now. I mean, and I'm not even trying to compare it. It's just that Madden has got my attention. But I've beat the game and I am at no offense, folks that are, been playing the game nonstop are just getting to my level that I got to when the game first came out. And it's like, all right, you must feel good that you're finally good at the game. But, I don't know. I have no clue because I haven't been on it so long. There are people who are beasts at it, but the game is very limited as far as what you can do. But I like it. I like that everybody's on an even playing field, literally. And, I mean, it does depend on the money and the time you put in that bitch. But, I always care about just shooting. I mean, always, let the shooting begin. That's how I feel about the game. But, yeah. Just, guys, do things that are going to expand the mind. That's all I can say. I am for Grand Theft Auto because, you're thinking about things. You're playing somebody. It's an engaging act. And I feel like that's healthy. You know what I'm saying? You're doing something it's going to increase your fun meter. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I definitely enjoy every time I play Madden. And I haven't played to the amount that I want to play at. I think maybe I'm just getting to about 200 to 300 games, but usually I'd be in the 500 range right now. I think I got to the 1,000. No, I didn't get to the 1,000. I got to the 900 or the 600 or something like that last year. But either way, deep down, everybody thinks I play too much, but deep down, no, what is it? What do I say? It's a meme that I posted years ago, but people think I play too much, but deep down, I want to play some more. And that just fits my fucking persona. Seriously, guys. But I'm definitely a hard ass on shit. If it's serious time, it's serious time. But let me not keep ranting on. Let's move on. But yeah, play video games, guys. Hey, look. I was shouting out John. Man, it's we have never played GoldenEye together, but I can't wait till we finally get to do that. Because I feels like, I used to play with my brothers. I don't see my brothers as often. And he steps in for those. He fills in that void. And with many friends, we used to gang up. We used to play, 4 people on one TV, on one system. Those were the fucking days. You know what I'm saying? Spending the night, you know, slumber parties, staying up till fucking 7 in the morning for no fucking reason. I mean, we're enjoying ourselves, but it's like, wow. Luckily, we didn't have things to do. And boys, were those the days. Didn't have shit to do. Because time flies by. Time flies the fuck by these days, I swear. But that means you're having fun. So, but yeah, I miss those times. And shout out to John and everybody else that, you know, continues to have fun in these type of ways, you know. And I'm, you know, everybody, there's so many different ways to have fun. I just like that people can mutualize with me. Yeah. I don't know why I put this in there. I don't know where I was going with it. But Meghan Markle is 43% Nigerian. So shout out to Meghan Markle, realizing that everybody's from Africa. I don't know if everybody believes that. I used to believe that a long time ago. I've heard Kanye starting to repeat that. And it just feels good to hear things that I believed in. Now, I haven't done research. Like, I haven't picked up a school book or I read constantly, but I could be reading, you know, fake news or whatever at all times. But, you know, I read, you know, I like to just read words. I like to see how people use words. Like, I'm a fan of authors. I'm a fan of writers. So, you know, how'd you write this, you know? But, yeah, I'm out the loop. But shout out to Meghan Markle, you know? Okay, since we're talking about technology, well, she used technology to find out she was 43% Nigerian. So let's just stay on that line. Watch out for your babies, guys. You know, I know we're talking about screen time with the adults, you know, with the kids. And we need to realize that these kids need to get the fuck outside and play, you know, blind your eyes with the sun, not with the TV all the time. Now, I say this because I see a baller alert here. Children as young as 6 are suffering from dry eye disease due to too much screen time. Now, it's been like, you know, the mark of the beast is the phone, you know, guys. That's what they say. I'm not calling it the beast. It's a tool. We buy these tools, like a hammer. You buy it to nail in shit. You don't want to be knocking in shit with your skin because it will go through your fucking skin. You know what I'm saying? We buy tools to use to convenience ourselves, to do things better and be better. And yeah, we got to be careful that these devices can overcome us. You know what I'm saying? They run on battery. We run on fucking, you know, blood and water, you know, whatever the fuck. We don't run like no machine. I should have used this juice last week because this is much better. Childhood isn't what it used to be. Outdoor play has been replaced with electronics. And as a result, children as young as 6 are experiencing a painful adult midlife eye condition. Dry eye disease occurs when tear ducts cannot provide adequate lubrication for the eyes. It usually happens in people aged 50 to 60 years old. So you're telling me people 44 years and younger are experiencing adult old people shit. Like, I'm not even up there. That's terrible. That's rough. Like, I mean, it's cool. It brings us closer together. Joseph can sit down with Marley and they can have a talk about how it hurts to see. But that shit is scary. Like, it's wonderful to have so much access to things, but you know, like, I listen to music very loud. I'm scared I might go deaf. I play video games a lot, you know, so I'm scared I might lose my eyes from being too close to the screen. Like, one of the new things I learned is not to have the lights off while you're having a bright TV. And I'm like, that's when you have the ultimate TV. But time or experience, but you know, you gotta learn these things so you don't lose your things. But anyway. Eyes can become sore, red, and sensitive, with some complaining of a burning sensation similar to the effect when chopping onions. Experts have warned that children watching screens for long periods can cause the same painful problem, adding that staring at screens for long periods reduces the blink rate and leaves eyes susceptible to drying. Optometrists and dry eye specialists told the Daily Mail that she started seeing primary school age children at her practice the past few years. But when I started up my clinic 15 years ago, there's not a single child who turned up with the condition. But in the past 5 or 6 years, I've been seeing more and more children with a dry eye. My youngest patient was 6, which used to be unheard of. And I witnessed babies looking at iPads and, these tablets and TV. I mean, TV was the first market of beast. Now it's the phone. But, yeah, we were, I mean, I remember having a playground. We don't have a playground anymore. We have to have a trampoline. I don't know. Maybe there's a lack of reasoning to go outside. It's COVID outside. Like Kanye said, DEFCON 3. And I really feel like we're living in DEFCON 3 as far as, because what that is basically a alert level to things that are happening. Like, basically, alert level to defense. So say, like, remember when Pearl Harbor happened. So, I don't know if people know what Pearl Harbor is. Motherfuckers in planes from Japan came over and started just running them planes into the goddamn naval sea harbor or whatever, and killing people and shit. And you gotta raise an alert level. You gotta raise your alert level because shit like this is going on, and shit like this is going on. Like, I am not in agreement with how COVID has been, dare I say it, constructed and conceived, and I just feel like this is worrisome as far as, I can think on both sides of people who are, for this shit actually being, I'm trying to use my words in a good way here, but being real and being like the thing, and, but either way, it's like a lack of safety or smartness. It's either way, it's we're failing as people because we're doing dumb shit. Like, I don't know. Either we are eating bats or we're creating viruses and letting it out, or we're just literally trying to kill other people out here. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I don't know. Like, what? And whatever. I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I'm always going to be on shit like this. But, it's good to think outside the box. Don't be stuck in a box. It's boring to talk to people like that. But yeah, protect the kids, man. They got to see what they're fucking doing when you're fucking dead and gone. Parents. Another thing about the TV, sleep in front of the TV is apparently deadly. I don't know how the fuck that happened. I mean, I fell asleep in front of the TV a long time. I'm still here, but maybe I'm aging. Millions of Americans sleep in front of television each night, but a recent study indicated this habit might increase the risk of dying early. And I wonder how you do this research, but alas, let's read. 552 participants between the ages of 63 and 84 participated in a study at the Northwestern University School of Medicine that examined how ambient light affected their health and sleeping patterns. The study discovered that people who slept with even a little ambient light had a higher risk of developing diabetes, obesity, and hypertension. People should do their best to avoid or minimize the amount of light they are exposed to during sleep, the study's lead researcher said. The study also found that participants were more likely to develop insulin resistance in the morning after spending the night in a room with low illumination, such as that produced by a TV. According to the American Family Physician, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and cardiovascular disease are frequently linked to insulin resistance when cells in the muscles, fat, and liver don't respond to insulin as they should. We are showing a mechanism that might be fundamental to explain why this happens. We show it's affecting your ability to regulate glucose, blood sugar. As a result, 17.8% of study participants who slept with ambient light at night were dead. It's like, nah, I was joking. That was foul. But were diagnosed with diabetes compared to just 9.8% of participants who slept in total darkness. More on that and, look it up. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's a waste of energy. Back in my day, back in when I was young, if we left the TV on when we were going to sleep, my dad would throw the TV on you. Saying, I'm joking. Dad's a good guy. But no, I mean, he really didn't like how you use energy. Leave the light on. And I'm the same way. Like, and I'm learning. Like, I just learned to wash dishes in a more resourceful way today. And I was mad at first, but then I was like, yeah, I mean, we do want to save water. But it was like nobody taught me for so long on what to do. And I still didn't get a good lesson on why this works, but I had to think about it because I cared about who was telling me. And I was just like, oh, okay, this does make sense. This could work. And I thought of a better way of doing it. Like I always do with a lot of things people present to me. But, you know, that's why, you know, people stay away because they were like, oh, this guy always does things better than I do. Oh, man, it's good to joke, guys. I'm joking, but I am serious. I'm better than everybody. And that's how you should think about yourself, too. But, I'm joking, but I'm serious. Yeah. Be careful, guys, with the technology that makes our lives so fun and convenient. Because, yes, it can make us smarter and it can make us get diabetes and die. You know, it's not funny, but it is, because it's not funny. Somehow that is funny. But anyway, yeah. Boom. What else I got? Oh, more TV shit. Netflix is about to start charging you motherfuckers who are sharing passwords. And I still don't understand how they're going to do it. You know, unless they're going to really, you know, I already think they invade privacy, so they really got to see who's watching. But they're going to either lose customers very rapidly or really make people hate people more. Like, no, you can't use my shit. I was about to say there's not much on these joints, but I mean there is. Fucking HBO Max was fucking lit. I'm saying that because House of Dragons was fucking lit. Tight ass show. I love this fucking thing. Like other than Marvel, I think the Game of Thrones, and I don't even know if this is new producers, but that's a pretty good show. And I'm already in the state where I like things that are real, but this is so fantastical. It's fantastically fantastical, and it's cool, good storytelling. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I really, I still use apps that are not my apps. I still have logins that I probably shouldn't log in. But I mean, they got to find a way to just like if I go on my security, which people should really check your security, because I see so many of my friends getting hacked. I've never been hacked, but knock on wood. I don't want to ever lose my internet life, to some fucking thief. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up. It sucks. I see people get their pages back. So, but I don't know. It's just like be careful. I kind of forget what I was saying, but I am drinking, guys, rum and a little bit of juice. But yeah. What we got here? You just never know how you're gonna get it. Oh man, this is terrible. So yeah, I read this on the news. Did you watch the Kid Cudi animated series on Netflix? Yes, I did. Intergalactic. That was pretty good. I liked it. It was a love story and it was positive as fuck. Like it was not negative at all. I mean, it was a story, so you gotta have the thing before a climax or whatever. So, it was good. It was good shit. Like Cudi's album, like I knew before it came out, if Cudi hums at least twice, it's gonna be gold. And I did love it. And I think everybody else should watch it. It's a feel-good thing. And yeah, I had a good time. So switching subjects real quick. I don't know. I don't want to say nothing stupid, but crazy people exist, guys. And I don't like to use the word crazy. It's not a good definition. It's a very general and ignorant way to describe somebody. But janitor infects woman with incurable STD after urinating in her water bottle. Incident caught on tape.
A vile crime, and now the details in the case are particularly disturbing.
Court records claim he was caught on camera urinating into a worker's water bottle, spreading an STD, and police believe there may be other alleged victims.
Jason Miles spoke with the employee today. Jason, how did she suspect something was going on?
Well, she says she smelled something and saw something in her water bottle. She eventually decided to set up a spy camera at her
A medical building janitor.
desk in the building you see behind me, and that's the evidence that led to the janitor's arrest. Take a look at him. He's identified as 50-year-old Lucio Diaz, currently charged with both in mother of two, says she only.
Well, it's very fucking trifling. Now, I will say, now, and y'all could demonize me. You know, I wrote this down because I must have been feeling something that day when I wrote this down. But I looked at it as karma, and for real, fuck that dude. And I really feel bad for that woman. An incurable STD. Like, what the fuck? She can't even fuck anybody anymore. I mean, excuse my ignorance, but that instance, what I wanted to focus on is just like, you could be just doing so right in life, and literally somebody can come and piss on your fucking parade. And it takes like just that, just like a fucking water bottle being left unfucking tended, which I do too much for my liking now that I've heard the story. And I always fucking hate it. Well, that's, and that's probably why people, and I hate how much water bottle, that's what I was trying to say. I hate how much water bottles I use and recycle. Like, I'd rather just drink a fucking jug of water. But then that's easily, like, we live in this crazy ass world where you have to think about your shit getting contaminated. So it is best to drink one little small serving of water. But, it's fucking wild. And I don't know why, like, I'm sticking to the karma point because that's what I wrote. Like, you never know how you're going to get it. That's what I wrote. And, like, I know we were talking about karma last week with John. He was talking about he feels like he's old. And I do feel the same way. I'm old shit, too. Like, I'm old. I don't want to speak ill on myself. But I feel like I've done wrong. And it doesn't matter what wrong is done to me, since I still haven't repaid. I don't know how to repay that. I don't know how to overcome. And, once you do wrong, you got to look at it like you did that wrong. You deserve what's coming to you. So, now I personally, I live by that. Like, I don't treat people wrong. There's definitely people out here for sure recently that feel like I've done them wrong, but I don't feel like that. Like, I stand on my fucking 10 toes, and I know I'm an asshole, and I know how to get under people's skin, but it's only because of you provoked me. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I get provoked unintentionally, but nah, I'm not like that. I'm not violent. I don't like to be in war. I just don't like to be fucked with. I like to let you know that you upset me, you did something I didn't like, and I don't want you to do it again. So, I kind of live by that Old Testament. I just communicated very well. I just feel like people are really, bitches and babies out here, so it's, I gotta, cradle and take the bitches out. And once again, the bitches are women and men, okay? And babies too. It's not just, I don't use terms like that in that way. Disrespecting women or anything like that. I disrespect people who deserve it. That's not fair. I don't know who deserves what, but yeah. But shout out, I just hope that lady, I hope everything is situated in the right way. I hope there's good that comes out of that story. Somehow, some fucking way. Moving on. Okay, that was... Norway is the first country in the world to ban deforestation. I like that. I'm a nature guy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, yes, that's good. Oh, that brings me to another thing. Okay, good. So, yes, let's talk about that real quick. That was the background music for the little link. But, let me look up what deforestation means so I can know what the fuck I'm talking about here. But essentially, you know, it's prolonging fucking nature. Deforestation or forest clearance is a removal of a conversion of forest land to farms, ranches, or urban use. Oh, that's where they create projects. But yeah, shit. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm thankful for my house, but I mean, a lot of land, a lot of places we live at have been deforested. I know that's not the right word, but you know, it's land has been taken away for us to be living and for us to dwell. You know, shops, and luckily with technology, I mean, I don't know, Amazon gets their shit from somewhere, so things need to exist, like stores need to exist, but I like there's like we don't really go to the mall anymore. I loved the mall when I was a kid. Like I feel bad for these kids. I don't know what the fuck they do anymore. I mean, even that was stupid to do as a kid. Oh, let's go to a place where we can spend all our money. We don't work for it. We just spend our parents' money. But yeah. Oh, that's just a good thing. So I'm just gonna shout out another country, Jamaica, who is banning music and TV programs glorifying violent. Commissioner Chairman Lloyd Waller said using public airways for overly violent. He added it could also unwittingly lend support to moral disengagement and further normalize criminality among vulnerable and impressionable youth, and that in the young adult demographic. The ban does not apply to digital platforms. Oh, okay, so I guess they're just trying to limit it in certain platforms. That's good. I mean, I like the intention behind that. Sometimes I feel like these countries are like puppeteers for America. Like, all right, before we oppress our people, we're gonna really do this in another country full scale. See what the result would come out with. And you know, I mean, and I'm speaking bad on something that's kind of good, but you know, I just feel like I don't know. Like, you never want to show a kid porn. And I know that's very left field. I don't know if it's really, I don't want to just disgruntle anybody. But that really will set a motherfucking kid like to a whole nother level. Like you should never do that. You should never do that. it's just too much. Like that's just where I draw the line as far as exposing kids to things. Like I don't care about cussing in front of kids. I do care. Like I've been raised to not cuss in front of my parents or kids. But, you know, I see other people do it and I've had to realize that it's okay. You know, it's okay. I see people smoke weed right in front of the kids. Like it was a video I played a while back. It was this guy, he was making a song and he was smoking a big ass blunt in front of this kid. The kid was on his lap. He's on the piano. And I was just like, wow, how high is that kid right now? But now, you know, hey, like I don't got kids, so I don't know what the fuck. But that's where I draw the line as far as just shit like that. You know, I mean, like I would, you know, give a kid a bill before I show him some porn. And I know that sounds very weird. Like it's very weird. I felt weird talking about that, but you know, we have to have rules in place to save society. We don't want people getting too perverse out here or exposed to things. Being exposed to things too early can perverse a human and make them choose crazy paths. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. But yeah. I wonder if I'm ranting. But I see people in the chat. And I appreciate you guys. And I don't care because, you know, it's Heezy's world. But let's get on with it. I'm at an hour. Let's get the fuck on with it, Heezy. We gotta go to sleep. And play Madden. So I guess that leaves Kanye, but let's go ahead. No, I have one more thing. Bye, Felicia.
See, I want to see a Netflix series called Felicia. You never saw Felicia doing drugs. She wasn't a crackhead. She just lost. And everybody lost ain't a dope fiend. Everybody lost is not a dope fiend. They've been telling Felicia bye for 30 years. When y'all gonna say hi, Felicia? Y'all gonna say hi, Felicia? I got you. Ain't nobody been trashed for 30 years. Don't y'all want to know Felicia's story? Don't y'all want to know how she got here? Don't all of y'all know a Felicia? A bunch of Felicias? I want to see a Netflix series called Felicia. You never saw Felicia doing drugs. She wasn't a crackhead. She just lost.
So if anybody doesn't know who the fuck that is, that's Felicia, my Felicia from Friday. She looks. I mean, Friday was years. I was a kid when that shit was out, but she don't look too great. And then that shit was just like, what the fuck? Like, you're ruining the joke. But I don't know. That's a clip. Once again, we gotta realize like clips in context. Like, it's good to look at clips, but look at the whole thing, and then look at the clip again. You know, but and I got that from looking at the Drink Champs drink with Kanye. And yeah, I'm about to get to that. But you know, bye Felicia. Like literally forever. I don't know. When I copied and pasted that, it was more like she was saying something that was real. And I also thought that Felicia should have her that could be a good show. Like, pick out one of these light-skinned girls and, you know, just show the plight of light-skinned girl in the hood or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fucking... That's a good idea for a show, and it already has a premise. But I think there's issues with the ownership rights to the original Friday movie or some shit. And, you know, speaking on transferring to Kanye, it's the end of the show now, so everybody can log the fuck off, do whatever the fuck you want to go do. But no, Kanye is getting blackballed like a motherfucker, for, like, worse than anybody I've ever seen. And he didn't, like, slap nobody or, you know, put anybody's underpants over their head, or, you know, I don't know. Said some things. He talked about a culture, a race, a creed. What was I saying about? What was my segue? I forgot. I lost my segue in the middle of the segue. But yeah, I forgot. But anyway, this Kanye thing, man. It's amazing to see It's amazing to see what's going on. I'm gonna paraphrase because I want to get out of here. And I'm very pleased to see, to me for the first time, so many people on this one side, sort of. At least in my friend group. And I was so, like, I mean, I expected the usual suspects to be on the side of this, but there were certain people that I was like, oh, wow, I didn't realize everybody felt this way. Or, you know, as far as my people. But yeah, I mean, I'm proud of people that are actually listening to shit now. Instead of just, you know, like I said, with the clips. Like, they used to do that shit with police shootings. Like, let's go back to even the McDonald's situation with the kids. With the baby father, or the guy that wasn't the baby father and was buying other kids McDonald's. Like, they show these clips, they give you something to just get enraged about, and you're left to deal with, like, you're dealing with narratives, you're not dealing with the actual fact. And it causes conversation, which is good, but it causes anger, which is bad. Which is good, but as far as how that shit is placed, like, it ruins a moment sometimes with people when they really feel a way about something, and people just don't want to hear that shit. Like, and I'm learning that more. Like I said, I'm surrounded by women. Women don't want to hear half the shit a guy got to say. And it's not even like that. Like, I really hate to use sex like that, because it ain't about women and men. It's just about a person's fucking preference at that time. But I mean, women are just easily fed up. And I don't care how sexist I sound. But yeah. And I get easily fed up too. So it's like I said, it goes back. You know, I think I'm the most manliest man ever, even though I don't do the manliest things. But I still feel like I'm more manly than the manliest men. And manly, like, not manly. I'm like triple the man some men are. And I'm like 1/3 the size. But anyway. Why are you looking like that? But yeah. But yeah, as far as Kanye, let me paraphrase it for y'all. As far as Kanye, he, anti-Semitic. I really never got this. Nick Cannon did this shit at first, and he took away his baby. Walking, I'm about to say Walking Loud. What the fuck is the name of that show? Goddamn. Wild and Out. Excuse me. And like a creation like that, which was a great fucking show and still is a great show, a great creation, I'd be fucking pissed and terrified that people could take my shit away like that. And I know he's maybe under some type of contract and his bosses were the reasons why. But anyway, this shit Kanye's going through over saying something that I don't feel evil. And, I have a lot to lose because I am not a billionaire. I am a, a hundredaire. I don't know. But, it's fucking, it's wild to see this shit. It's entertaining as fuck. And I feel like this is why it got everybody's attention. Because he's really appealing to the conspiracy theorists. And, people that have spent their whole life not trying to believe in the masses, believe in what we're told by the government or whatever, the media or whatever the fuck. It feels good to hear somebody who's a billionaire sick. People are sick. And I know some people don't realize, some people might feel like Kanye is not for black people. Like, at the end of the day, who gives a fuck who people are for? If they are portraying that they want to help people, jump on that shit. Help us. Help them help us. Help them help you. Like I said before in the beginning of this fucking show, and I believe it's the truth. Shout out to the parents. But we are for ourselves out here. And you should be for yourself out here. Because you cannot do for others unless you do for yourself. You keep, not looking out for yourself. Everybody else is going to suffer around you. It's the truth. Just take care of yourself. That's all I got to say. But yeah. I don't know. Kanye basically was saying that there's a group of people, the Jews, and I'm just taking what I've heard. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. I just saw Nick Cannon do this before. I've seen Brother Polite do this before. Have a debate. And, he wasn't even famous and he got canceled more. Like, I don't know. I'm not following everybody used to follow back in the day. I don't follow people. I mean, it's kind of, I hate the word follow. You know what I'm saying? Like, my parents made me hate that because you need to be a leader, not a follower. And I'm just like, look, I'm not trying to lead motherfuckers down the wrong path. But no, basically, I don't know what the fuck he said. Evil. Like, I'm seeing so many people say evil shit. I seen cops kill people on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, they keep their job sometimes. It's like, this motherfucker didn't kill anybody. All he said was that this group of people may or may not, and he's adamant that they do, have ownership on a lot of things, a lot of happenings in our world. Like, you think about the flat earth people. Essentially in the flat earth, like even on The Simpsons, they kind of explain the flat earth theory. Are we just in a ball and it's controlled by the masses or the masters or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And I forgot where I was going with that shit. But just imagine if shit was controlled. You would want that shit to be uncontrolled. Like, I've talked about this a long time ago, about the first sign of water. Like, the first people on Earth, or the first people. We need water to survive, and food, but the first water. Water is important, so whoever found the first lake, or whatever the fuck first body of water had to, I don't know how many people was around the first people, but the water had to be shared. The water is a source. A source can run out. So you have to find a way to siphon that source for the betterment of mankind. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how forgiving God is, or how, I mean, God is great. God is good. But I've seen drought. I've seen starvation, as far as history tells it. And, you know, apparently God be like, hey, look, I'm turning off the faucet. And shit can run out. I mean, maybe it's for reasons that, you know, are holy, but, you know, I'd be devastated if water ran out on my ass, and you would try to find a way to conserve it. So you have to, like, I believe most civilians on a surface are very small-minded. They don't think about the grand scheme of things, like sharing is caring. And like most of us, I think, would keep the water to ourselves instead of I think my theory, what I said back in the day, was find the smartest person, whoever I think is smart and good, you know, for the people, and tell them about the source of water so they can figure out how to do shit. But then, you know, smart people can just outsmart your ass and be like, oh, water's mine. But, you know, I don't know. But essentially, Kanye was saying somebody's in control of shit, and he don't like the way black people are living, and he just wants better for his people, you know, black people. And I feel like there shouldn't be any race struggling. There shouldn't be race, period. Like, I mean, we shouldn't have classifications where a certain race or certain people are not getting what everybody else is getting. And I think the Jewish side of it all is more like, yo, this is a phrase black people hate, is we pulled ourselves up by our bootstraps and we got the fuck, we did what the fuck we got to do. I don't know how to talk like a Jew, but but you know, yarmulke. But no, and I love everybody, so there's no, you know, but it's just interesting how I didn't sense any hate from the man. It was more like he chose a target, and I think it's a playful target. You know, he's not seriously mad. I just think the boy fed up. Like, I've called Kanye crazy, and I hate the word crazy, and I feel like everybody's had took part in this. And how would you feel if you were Kaepernick or MLK, or, you know, just anybody, and you exist, and people just treated you like shit, like you had nothing going on, and, you know, I'd be mad too. I'd be like, fuck all of y'all. I'm keeping the water to myself. But no, that's all I really had to say about the cons, the yay. And I'm really interested to see what happens. I do not like seeing the plight of man. But I will say he dug this hole, but he is trying to, I feel, in my mind, I feel like he's trying to help the masses. Intentionally or unintentionally. This can be very good for us, or very bad for us. You know what I'm saying? The powers that be, I don't know who it may be, but they could be like, oh, fuck that shit. We niggas getting too close to the goddamn sun. We shutting off the sun. It is a flat earth out here. I'm cutting off the water. I'm cutting off the earth. I'm cutting off the food. I'm cutting off the earth. But anyway, let me see what else notes I have before I try to get out of here too quick. I'll put Kanye the Gemini. I said, just like Trump, Geminis have a knack of bringing and that's what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about Scorpios and Sagittariuses, you know, the greatest signs, and Libras. You know, Libras are also awesome, you know, secretly awesome as well. They be in the cut. But shout out to my dad and others, but everybody's necessary. You feel like you're you're causing a scene with your friends, you know, at work, whatever, you know, you just take care of yourself, but, you know, you're necessary. You're making people think, or you're scaring the fuck out of people, which is, you know, it can happen. I don't really know what to say there, but, you know, I think everybody's very necessary. People make you think, people make you think about them. And I feel like most people are good and we want to figure out how to, you know, come together. I think that's what I am. So I hope everybody's like me. But yeah. Just like Trump, Geminis have a knack of bringing everybody together against them. This time a Gemini might be onto something. Nick Cannon spoke about the Jews. You saw what happened to him when a person think he has too many kids. And, you know, that can easily be fucked with. Kanye only has 2 kids and they're, you know, kind of being separated from him. So, you know, he doesn't have much to lose. So you fuck with the wrong warrior, essentially. If, you know, if there's an actual fight, I'm just interested to see. The Jews hate this. I've seen this spill. It does seem like Jews are like, just like trans people were untouchable. You know, they got Dave Chappelle under fire. This shit is something else. And it's like, this country is racist as fuck. And I know they're trying to be better, but you can't like all of a sudden start being like protectional. I don't know I made up that word, but all of a sudden now you're, oh, me too, we gotta save. No, we're not having that. I know we were racist for like 400 fucking years plus, but we're not having that anti-Semitic. We're not being transphobic. We're not being what's regular phobic to gay people. I forgot what it's called. And we're not being phobic. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Okay? And I'm just like, yo, stop. You're fucking hypocrites. You can put the right people in charge and maybe it will look better. But you know, it's just fucking wild. Wild West, we call it. But I'm gonna get out of here. I see a lot of people tuned in. They didn't stay long. They didn't say much. But I appreciate everybody. Oh, let me make sure I get everything out. Oh, this is something else I wrote. Having high spirits. Like, oh, we all hate Debbie Downers, right? Like, if you feel strongly about something. Like, I was trying to, on this Kanye matter, I've spoken to several people and they always look and feel stressed out as far as, I've been talking about this for so long and I'm tired of talking about it. I'm just like, bro, I am new to the situation. Do you mind explaining something to me? Like, it's just almost like, fuck you, you should have been paying attention. It's like, bro, there's a million things going on in the world. Like, why all of a sudden should I pay attention to what? Anyway, I just said all that to say, like, guys, don't get so upset. Like, if you can't find people to share your high spiritedness, just, I really don't know what to say there. Because I have that issue too. Like, I'd be happy fuck about something and then I go to somebody, you're like, I don't give a fuck about that stupid ass shit you care about so much, you fucking idiot. And I'd be like, oh, well, you know, I love you. And it's like, oh, my fucking feelings hurt, but fuck it, you know? Let me dial it back about being so happy about something. And I really, guys, that's something that, I don't know if it's a Maryland thing or just a societal thing. Maybe with black people or maybe with everybody. But let people be happy, man. Stop being the fucking, you know, guy that's like, oh, you know, you suck because you like that thing. Guess what? It's evil. But, you know, I don't know. It is good to learn shit and have information, you know, but let people have their fucking moment. I said having high spirits of what you want to talk about. Don't let people with their negative views and issues bring you down when you're happy to have a conversation about anything. Because people don't fucking talk in the first place. And that's where that came from. So people don't want to talk because they don't want to talk. I mean, that makes sense. But people don't want to talk because they can't talk. Essentially, that's how I feel. They don't have the articulation skills possessed by the one Heezy here. And they feel scared, fearful that they're going to look dumb or sound dumb. Like, it's at the end of the day, yo, you're just taking opinions in from other people. People do not own life. But yeah, yeah. And I think also a big thing with people is that I know personally I do not like being told what to do, especially when I'm about to do it. And I feel like trillions of people should share that with me. It's not even a trillion people out here, but I feel like a lot of people should share that sense of it with me. We don't like being told what to do. I mean, you know, It could come from what the country was made upon, but you know, as you know, I just want to be. Like, don't tell me what to do. Like, don't command me. Only the commanders can command. Like, we got the Packers to pack that shit up and get the fuck out of DC or wherever the fuck we were. I forgot, but we got the Packers commanded, and you know, that's the only commanding that should be done on this bitch. And that's just I'm gonna leave it at that. Only commanders are the commanders. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. Yeah. Politely talk, guys. Just be controllable with your words. Like, I don't think people. I think like Kanye was saying, people are sick. Black people. I don't know. I'm not joining in this conversation because I don't personally feel every single way. But I mean, I know people are sick. I was talking about it last week. I feel like people are really trying to hold it together. Some people are really battling depression on a wide scale, and I know that personally people are dealing with loss and just the everyday struggles of fucking life. And I feel for people, and I'm glad that the people, I'm just very thankful for my status in life, and it's not even great, but it'll do. And I just hope the best for everybody. But yeah, I think that's all I got. Get the fuck out of here. I love everybody. I know I talk like I have thank God for these females, these ladies. They make me feel like I can talk to anybody and really ease people. And I'm feeling better about the way I talk. Even though I still got that asshole in me and that dick in me or on me. I should say, because people are gay. And I mean that in a good way. But yeah. I don't know. I feel very prepared for life. I'm still scared of the doctor and shit. I mean, I'm glad I was taught nutrition and being healthy. So thank you, Dad, and others. But thanks. I'm just thankful, man. I'm just thankful as shit. I'm just thankful as fuck right now. And I'm always trying to make my world bigger, and I hope I can. And be all, okay? Be all, because that's being beautiful, okay? And it's always hard to say goodbye, but I will see you guys next week. This is episode 143, I believe. And keep tuning in. I'm very thankful for all the listeners. I have about 20 countries now watching Heezy's World. It's fucking awesome. Communicate with me, guys. I don't understand the language, but just write it down. We can Google it, translate, and we can kind of get the message. So, yes, I'm going to have a good night. I'm going to play some Madden. Maybe I get on some GTA. I don't know if it's still on, Soup. But shout out to you guys for tuning in. I see Lady D. I saw Soup, Carlisa J, Twisted Jennifer. I remember your name. You was my homie back in high school. District Prince, Lady Lock Goddess. The sexy Lady Lock Goddess. Zuby the SD, the best esthetician in the world. El Jao Bay. Good night, guys. Time to go. Love yourselves and love me, because I'm one of the greatest I made it with the Goodbye.